Chantelle. Whew, Chantelle came clean about to Libby about the potential father of her daughter that she just had her last child that she had, which was a little girl. Now she did episodes back for the true fans of Wayne's kids. She did go to Wayne and told Wayne that she was pregnant and that it was a possibility it could have been his. But then she just let the ball drop. Now, a year or so later, she's now coming back with um Wayne is the father or the potential father of her child. And I think deep down inside, she honestly feel Wayne is the father's child, or maybe she knows it and she just wanted to put up this charade because of their dynamic of their relationship and what. And now, as we're learning her relationship with the man in her life who has essentially been there for all her kids, and it seems like all her kids are his kids, except for this last child that she was still messing around with Wayne, and potentially he is the father. I am curious to see how this is going to go. Here we have another DNA test. My thing with Chantelle is, if you strongly felt like Wayne was possibly the dad, you should have went ahead and just took care of that right now. I can kind of understand where the her current kid's father, who could possibly be her last child father, feels, because he's basically raised this child as his own. And at one point, he probably was asking for a DNA test, but he doesn't accept that this child is his, and so he loves the child. But on the flip side, it's still that child's right to know who her father is. So this is something that Chantel really should have did this from the beginning. She should have, if she had doubts of who her baby father was. Once again, ladies, there's only doubt because you're sleeping with too many men in a short time frame, which is all in itself is disgusting. Okay, you should know who your kid's father is, point blank. Period. There shouldn't be this many options as to say you're the father, you're not the father, you might be the father or whatever. But at the end of the day, the child needs to know who her bloodline is, because one, you want to make sure that if something was to happen to your child, then you can receive the help for your child. You want to make sure a child also know who their siblings, who her family is, because it could be a possibility where you might not be here or be around when the child meet their significant other or the person that they're going to be with, and then they end up having children together and they're related. That is just crazy. Anybody and everybody should know where they come from. And so, like I said, I can understand where he's feeling, how he's feeling, but he needs to remove that. Not necessarily, like I should say, remove it, but he should understand and put that to the side that, okay, you love this child with all your heart now, but what about if you're not the father? Shouldn't he have an opportunity to love his child as well? Now we know Wayne probably don't want no more kids because he only got 10 already. So what's 11, right? but this also robs the child of knowing their other siblings, um, if that is his child. And if it's not his child, then go ahead and just get that cleared up out of the way. I'm curious to know what y'all think about the situation and how y'all feel about it. Me personally, I feel like every person needs to know who they are and where they come from. I myself found out at the age of 42 that the father that raised me was not my father. That's a hurtful thing. That's a hurtful thing for anybody to find out. Um, so go ahead and take care of this while she's young. So that way, y'all go ahead and deal with these issues as she's growing up, and y'all can help her. You know, um, that's a bad thing. All this not knowing who, my mom knew who my dad was. It wasn't no issue of did she not know. She knew exactly who my father was, but because of their situations and he didn't want to step up to the plate initially, and she found, my father who raised me and who took care of me. By the time he decided he wanted to be back in my life, it was over as far as she was concerned. But that still ain't right, even in itself. A person needs to know who they are. They need an opportunity to be able to bond with their family, because their family is their family, whether it is a family that they're born into or a family that grew to love them. They have the right to know who that is. Even down with adoptions, if it was a closed adoption, at some point when a child realizes that they are adopted, if that child wants to know who their family is, allow them to do that. Because without those people in their lives, or whoever that joined together to make them, then they wouldn't be here. I mean, it's just all, to me, it's all about just allowing a person to know who they are, and then allowing a person to fully be able to heal and be able to deal with some things. And some things you need to know your family history on in order to be able to figure out certain things health wise. And just who you are as a person, you'll be able to better understand yourself if you knew where you came from. I think Chantelle handled that very poorly, and just because now you want you want the truth, uh, now everybody's life have to get disrupted when really you should have just pushed forward with this from the beginning. All right, y'all. As always, be your brothers and sisters keeper. Keep God first. Put a comment in the comment section. Don't hit like and subscribe to the channel. And as always, toodles.